What's it been like these first couple days in summer league practice?
Yeah, it's been fun. High energy. There's a great group of boys out there, and just hooping really. It's physical, it's loud, it's exciting. Yeah, it's great.
How have they asked you, or what have they asked you to focus on in your game in this setting of summer league? Like what elements of your game?
I think the biggest one for me is running the floor, being a lob threat, and then on the defensive end, just being the shot blocker that I know I am, and again, playing with energy, playing with being vocal, being I guess a defensive menace, I guess, but yeah.
Do they so offensively? Obviously, you can shoot it too, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's about where the coach is positioning you. Do they want you to focus more on being that rolling lob threat first, or do you think there'll be opportunities to be a floor spacer as well?
Yeah, I mean the shot for sure is coming along, but I think for now, just do what I'm really good at, and for me that's playing above the rim, pick and roll. Maybe you'll see an occasional three, but right now just bring the three into practice and then bring it into games.
Have you had a chance to connect with Joe Ingles yet, or even Alana Smith, who plays for the Lynx?
Yeah, no, I had a chance to go to a couple of Lynx games and watch her play. She's a baller. She can really hoop. And then Joe, spoke to him briefly. He was pretty excited. I'm pretty excited. We get to have that Aussie connection all year, and yeah, no, it's good to have a vet that is from Australia as well.
Yeah, I mean, Land has talked quite a bit with the Lynx at least about how hard it is to move literally halfway across the world. You can't just call people because it's 2 a.m. over there.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been settling into the city so far? Has it felt a little homey yet, or is it still foreign?
Yeah, I think it's settling in. The walk around and the fans here are great. They walk past and they hit you with a "Go Timberwolves" or "We'll see you at the games," and that's great. I got out to a baseball game. I was able to watch that. It's the city gives off a great vibe, and I'm really happy to be here. And there are some familiar faces with the Aussies walking around, but yeah, I'm really excited to get out and explore a little more too.
After you got drafted, I got quite a few Aussies sending me messages saying that I need to ask you about your high school's war cry and not to Google it first. Does your high school have a war cry?
It depends on what high school. I went to a couple, and I honestly cannot remember any of them off the top of my head.
Okay.
No disrespect to any high school, but yeah, I don't remember any, I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
What was that? So you were working with JD?
Yeah, JD Jones.
Yeah, walk us through a little bit of what that was like, because that was last summer that you were.
Yeah, so last summer and this summer. Okay. So I did my I did a pre-draft, I guess, when I wasn't eligible for the draft last year, and that was working with JD and working with a couple of draft prospects, and just getting the vibe for what American basketball is like and how it's a little different from Australian basketball. And then this year I went back to H4, was with JD Jones and Dolan and a bunch of guys down there, and it's good. You're able to come back to a city you've spent 2 months in, and those guys, they prepared me. They did a really good job. So, yeah, really thankful for them.
What stood out about playing with Rob Dillingham to you in these practices?
He's just elite. His pick and roll, it's tough to guard. I haven't had a chance to be on his team yet, but guarding him in the pick and roll is very tough. He's our leader of the group. He's going to have a great summer league, and watching him play now, it just looks easy for him, to be honest.
What makes it tough is what he can kind of do in that in-between range if you're kind of going back to the basket.
Yeah, you don't know if he's going for the midi, he's going to get past you, he's reacts really quick to whatever you do, so I think that's what makes it really hard.
Coach was just in here and saying that, you might have gotten the best of Terrence Shannon on one of those dunk attempts. Do you mind just walking us through that a little bit? Or?
Yeah, he tried me yesterday, and I got a hand on it yesterday, but it wasn't that great. And then today, he really, really went for it. I just went up 2 hands, see what I could do, and I sent it back. So that was pretty cool. I know people are going to try me, but I'm not going to shy away from it either.
Is that like scary enough? He's a big dude. He moves
Yeah,
fast.
look, he just puts his head down and goes, and you know, it's what I do. I'm a shot blocker. That's my role. I got to jump with everyone, whether it's Anthony Edwards, whether it's Terrence. You know, it could be anyone going up. My expectation is I'm going to go up there and block it. So I'm just going and hoping that I get a hand on.